Aquarius, Sun, Moon and Rising. What's up guys? Hope you're doing well. We're going to do a love reading today, taking a look at what is going on with the person you are dealing with. Remember though, it is a general reading, so it won't be for everyone unfortunately. Take what resonates and leave the rest. However, if you are interested in personal readings, I have a half price sale on at the moment. A link for that is in the description box below. I knew there was a reason this card was calling to me. Overall energy of the reading is the Sun card, Leo energy. Seems like you guys are about to get something you really want, and this is maybe a surprise or coming out of the blue, because the main focus here is the Tower, but then also the Knight of Pentacles, Virgo energy attached to that. So we've got an apology that you never expected or to get, or someone wanting to work something out with you, but I think your attention is not focused on this person at the moment. So this could have been someone that you did want a resolution or reconciliation with, and it was 111 before on the camera, but never thought you would. The blocks and challenges here are the 8 of Wands, because your back's completely turned to this at the moment. Interesting enough, I do feel this person has been through a process because of this Knight of Pentacles energy, service to others, Virgo energy. So I do think they're a more evolved version of themselves than they were previously. Could be someone that is physically at a distance now as well. We've got the Four of Swords. So the main issue and challenge here is that they just never took action towards it. They never communicated. I think this is something that for you, a long time has passed and you've maybe moved on from it, kind of. There is a change in this person that is coming in though, because of the overall energy being the Sun card, that you'd hope to see in the past. So it's kind of the result you would have wanted from them in the past, but then they weren't taking action or communicating on it, so I feel like you kind of moved on from it. Judgment on the bottom, because this has definitely been a long time coming. Their intentions are, but I get really good vibes with that Knight of Pentacles. So sometimes there's a rhyme or a reason beyond our mortal perception. So sometimes like from a higher perspective, kind of Sagittarius energy, because it feels like they've learned some important lessons, done some important growth. We've got the Four of Cups here, Strength card, I feel they've wanted to make this offer for a while, but they'd held back. I think they thought they'd left it kind of too little, too late. Aquarius wouldn't be interested now, and we've got the 8 of Cups and the Page of Wands. So they want a new start, a new beginning, but they feel like with the Four of Cups it wouldn't work now. So I think they just feel they've left it too long, you've moved on. But there's something about them needing this time to heal or work on themselves. Some of them may be looking at you and being like, okay, because there's something a little bit selfless in this Knight of Pentacles, some of them may be looking at you guys, Aquarius, and saying like, okay, I would really like to communicate, come forward, try and work it out, but that is a little bit selfish of me, because when I look at Aquarius, it seems like they've moved on and they're doing really well now, so I shouldn't interrupt that. But they still feel that connection with the infinity symbol. Leo energy again very strongly. So I do feel this was someone who was maybe more focused on themselves in the past, or a little bit selfish, but is now trying to take what is for your highest good into consideration. Their actions are the Ace of Cups, so that fourth card with the Page of Wands, I feel like this manifests initially as the apology. Is this person an addict or something like that? I say that as a recovering addict myself, because part of recovery is trying to make amends to people you've hurt in when you were in addiction, unless doing so would cause more harm to them. Because there's something about that, about them initially thinking, okay, I really want to work things out with Aquarius. I've done a lot of work and a lot of healing, but I think I've left it too long, and I think it would be unfair of me, because it seems now like Aquarius is doing well or Aquarius has moved on. I think it would be unfair of me, and I would be being selfish and putting my own needs and wants above Aquarius is the reason I'm doing that. We've got the Ten of Swords and the Ace of Cups. So I think you get some sort of message or something out of the blue, but it's like one single message explaining things or like apologizing. But there's maybe something there about them saying like, I'll not bother you, anything like that. I just kind of need you to know this, or I need to say this, I need to explain this. Because then there's like an end, but I think that puts you in the Sun card energy, because some of the changes and things you'd wanted to see in them in the past, you see. Where that then leads us to is the Magician. Give me two more cards with this. I feel like it's going in two different paths. Because that gains like closure on the end of this cycle, that yes, you moved on from and walked away from, but at one point you were really hoping the two of you would work it out. So in a sense you'd moved on, but there hadn't been like full closure. We've got the Magician. Give me two cards. This feels like a very specific reading, because there's something about an email, so that long communication there, right, explaining things and stuff. We've got the Magician, the Nine of Wands, so some going back into that cycle, but not in a negative way, and the Seven of Wands. Give me one more card. Give me one more card, please. Three of Swords, Ace of Pentacles. Okay. Interesting enough, this goes then one of two ways. The apology and explanation from someone that you really wanted it from a long time, but you've given up, moved forward on, is actually coming in Aquarius. They're not pushing it for anything more though than that explanation and apology. Initially they kind of resist that, think maybe I shouldn't, but then they're kind of like, okay, I need to just say it, explain it, and that's what I'll leave it at, and then I'll leave Aquarius alone. For a group of you, it's very like catches you off guard, and you're like happy you got the communication, but it closes that cycle off, and you're kind of, you have sympathy towards them, and you're like still moving forward on your own, but you're glad you receive it, and it kind of gives that total closure on that. So I don't know if for some of you you're already with someone else, or you're just not interested in revisiting the past now. For another group of you, they will leave the conversation at that, and you will then contemplate it over, and then it seems you will actually reach out and communicate with them, which then again creates another Tower and the Knight of Pentacles, and then the Sun card for them, where they don't expect you. They're not sending this message in order to like get back with you, because they're just thinking that's not possible. You've moved on. So when some of you then actually after a little while reply and hit them up, puts them in that Sun card. But there are some things, so it's like with the Nine of Wands, going back into that cycle to see if it can be healed and repaired on a deeper level, which is possible but will be challenging, and then can lead to an Ace of Pentacles moment between the two of you. So definitely a very interesting situation, but where you're put in the driver's seat or control of which do you want to continue into the new cycle alone, or then do you want to step one foot back into that old cycle to see if we can change the end outcome and move forward together potentially. Anyway guys, that is your reading. I hope you enjoyed it and it resonated. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. Remember though, it is a general reading, so it won't be for everyone unfortunately. Take what resonates and leave the rest. However, if you would like some specific information and answers to your own individual situations, you can check out the sale and personal readings in the description box below. Cheers.